right, guys. Well, I guess we'll get started. So I figured we just kind of continue the conversation from last night, but make it more movement specific and talk about any obstacles that any of us have when it comes to getting in our movement, or where, what happens in life that maybe keeps us from getting in our movement. And I know we talked about a couple different ones last night on the Sunday call, but I thought we could talk a little bit more specifically about movement. And I can kick it off because this happened to me today. I procrastinated, which normally I get my movement done in the morning, which was one of the things we talked about last night, getting it done first thing so we can, knock it out. But I mean, the weather was just so ugly this morning and I did not want to walk in the rain. And I feel like as winter's coming, that's definitely one of the things that usually gets in the way for me of my movement, because I like to walk outside. So like if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's ugly outside, I'm like, that's what kind of keeps me from getting my movement in. But I had Coach Leah in my head today telling me to get outside with rain boots and an umbrella. So I got it done, but I almost did it.
I follow a lady on Instagram who has 2 little boys, and they are outside. It doesn't matter what the weather is. They dress for it and they go outside. But weather stops me all the time. It's too hot, or it's raining, or it's too cold. And so I suppose if someone can do it with 2 little boys, I think they're 2 and under or 3 and under, I can probably get outside.
She does it for sanity purposes.
Well, Harmony loves to be outside, and the more I can have her outside, the more energy she uses and the better she sleeps. So we've been taking laps through the park and around and back, because she's just got to get outside and get that energy out. Her nap today was an hour, and she is so crappy.
That's cute.
So, and the other thing that stops my movement is exhaustion. Just being tired, not sleeping well.
Seasonal.
Oh yeah, and I suffer from seasonal affective disorder, so we'll really see how this season goes.
I definitely.
Thank your hubby. Thank your hubby. Mine would be same as yours, just the weather, or let's see, that dog right there, you can see him. I got up this morning at 6:30 to do my workout. I told my husband, I'm getting up at 6:30, blah, 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 blah. No sooner did I get downstairs and start my Tory exercises than I hear this conk, 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 which is the dog jumping out of bed. And I'm just going, ah. So I come upstairs, let him outside to go potty. He does his thing for a while. And then I bring him back in and put him back in bed, and I go back downstairs. So I think that might be what I have to do. So, but I did it. So, and then, my husband wanting to do stuff. If I don't get it done in the morning, he always likes going on adventures. So he's on one right now. Look, his adventures are out looking at foreclosed property, and he wanted me to go with him. I said, no, I don't have my steps in because I went to breakfast with a friend. And he's like, oh, you don't love me. I said, yes, I do. I spent all day yesterday with you. So he's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll see you later. So
he's like, oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
I remember that. Yeah. So
yeah, I think, with movement and the weather is, we'll just all have to collaborate and figure out the best gear to wear during some of this. Marlena is always going to be in the hot though. She doesn't have to deal with the cold. Well, actually, I don't know if it gets cold in Vermont.
We get pretty cold over here. So last winter I kept up with the 4 a.m. walks. I just had to bundle up. I had to have jackets and gloves and hats and all the stuff. It gets pretty cold in the mornings.
Okay. So you probably get those big temp swings, like in the evenings when it gets super cold, then warms up during the day.
Yeah. Leah's in my head all winter.
Mm-hmm. No such thing as bad weather, but bad clothes.
My obstacle is usually like soreness. So like yesterday, I went on a big hike, and this morning when I got out of bed, I could barely move. And so I was like, I should just take a rest day. Because I did a lot yesterday, but I knew that I would stay that way if I didn't move a little bit. And so that kind of got me out, and I was like, well, I'll just do a walk. And then I looked at my strength exercises, and it really didn't involve anything that was sore. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I guess I could do the strength exercises. So I ended up doing the pull workout and then the walk. And after the walk, I felt a lot better. Like everything was not so tight. Things weren't as sore. And then as soon as I sat down after, I got sore again. So I think it's something where you just have to keep moving to feel good. But that's usually what gets me tripped up, is when I'm super sore or if something's hurting, I try to talk myself out of it.
I've definitely done that before, but I do agree with you, Marlena. I feel like those days where I'm like super sore and sometimes you just want to lay there, but if you get up and do something, it usually helps the soreness or achiness go away, as long as it's not anything super intense that, you're, overdoing it or working through pain. But even just like light movement or something like yoga, as long as that's not painful, could be something good to do if you're feeling sore. But I know Julie, Kristen.
I think I've been just lazy and just not wanting to get up. But I was just saying to myself, I miss the days. It's been a year now, at least, since I was getting up early in the morning and getting my workout. And when I say workout, I mean, I was doing like maybe 5 or 10 minutes of something, and that was it. But then I was walking, or I would walk and then I would do like a 10-minute something. But I would get my shower, I would do my exercise, and then come in, eat breakfast, and then go upstairs, get showered, and get ready for work. And it made me feel so good about myself. And I miss feeling good about myself. So I'm just thinking, so if Marlene is getting up at 4 a.m., that's 6 a.m. my time. And I have to be at my work. I have to leave my house around, because I want to be 15 minutes early for work. So I need to leave my house around 7:30 in the morning. If I get up, I'm thinking I probably need to get up at 5:30. But I'm thinking that I need to post it in our group to say that I'm doing it.
You do Marco Polo. We could post in the Facebook groups, then we all can hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Do you have accountability buddy?
Right now, I don't.
Marco Polo me.
Okay,
I'll be
I will.
your accountability buddy.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I need it because, I mean, the mornings that you and I got up in Seattle were awesome. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just reading Brenda's note.
Yeah, so am I. Read it out loud.
So Brenda said, I'm discovering the hard way that no matter how much time in a day I have wide open, I need short, sweet movement sessions.
Me too.
Well, and I think last night, didn't they talk about doing a 5-minute walk or, just getting them in short sessions? Yeah, Julie, you were on the call.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is Tabby.
Oh, so is Tabby.
Yeah, even starting super small with 5 minutes and just celebrating that win will help you create that momentum. Because once you start the 5 minutes and you're consistent with that, you're like, oh, okay, I can do 10. But sometimes the thought of like, oh my God, I have to get up and go for like a 30-minute walk or do a 30-minute session, when you're not used to doing that, it can seem overwhelming and that it's just a big chunk of time. But if you keep practicing like those small little 5 minutes, soon you're going to be like, this is cake. Let's do 10, or this is easy. Let's do 20. You're like, I'm already up. Might as well go. But I think that'll help you feel like it's more achievable than trying to set out and start doing like 30 minutes right off the bat. Maybe you just do a 10-minute loop around your house, and that might be easy to I know my cats literally do the same thing.
She knows I'm printing out her monthly care calendar.
She's like, don't take me to the vet. Oh my God, I'm going to stop you printing that out.
She's like, and also don't be documenting that you're feeding me, because then somebody else won't feed me extra.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What did Brenda say? Hold on, where'd the chat go? Wait a minute, where'd the chat go? Oh, there we go. Brenda said, and yes, it's always so much easier when you have someone to share the time with. Like Kristen said from the Fitme weekend. I agree. It always makes it more enjoyable, because then at least you're pairing something maybe you don't necessarily want to do, but with something that you do like to do, especially if you're like social.
Yeah, I have a treadmill right next to my bed, but when I got on it yesterday for 5 minutes, if that, I was just like, man, I don't like the noise of this.
Put your earbuds in and listen to music or Marco Polos or Coffee Talk or a podcast that you like.
It would be so easy on the crappy weather days to just get on the treadmill.
Yeah. I have my husband in search of a treadmill in foreclosed houses.
I got it for $25 this summer at a yard sale.
Oh, that's a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deal.
It's a clunker, but hey, it works.
Doesn't matter.
Because I wasn't when I had when I had the stationary bicycle up in my room near my bed, I wasn't using it. So I was like, all right, let's try treadmill.
Carrie said.
Yeah, I definitely need to put a playlist on.
Pair it with something you actually enjoy doing.
Or if you have a iPad, you could watch like HGTV shows.
Yeah. Or I can watch Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't have a functional tablet anymore that belongs to me. I have one for work, but I can't use that. But my cell phone, I can cast my cell phone onto the TV in my room.
Exactly.
So there we go. I find that I have to pick out what I'm going to watch the night before. Otherwise, if I don't have it planned, even the entertainment part, it won't happen.
Kristen, do you listen to Christy's Coffee Talks?
I have not been.
Okay.
I have listened to some of them, yes.
They're 15 minutes long now. They're a little bit long. So if you get your shoes and you put it by your bed, you wake up in the morning, don't talk yourself out of it, put your shoes on and listen to a coffee talk. her coffee talks are so inspiring. It might
Right.
put you in a different headspace for the day to where you're like excited to get going.
Yeah.
I think her coffee talks are, I mean, they're always good, but it gets you thinking about things and it just puts you in a different headspace. And that might be
Yeah.
something that gets you going in
Yeah.
a, you know, positive attitude type of
Yeah.
way.
Does she have her coffee talk on Spotify?
And you could
Because
just
I
start
think,
so.
and look
yeah,
on a day.
I'm gonna have to do it that way, because when I try to find it via Facebook, I get lost, like distracted, lost.
What kind of phone do you have?
I have a Android.
Can you get podcasts? Because what I've noticed is the Spotify is delayed and sometimes skips some of her
Oh,
coffee talks. So I switched to the podcast.
okay.
So, and Brenda said treadmill steps / miles seem to take so much longer.
Yes.
They do.
I concur. They
yeah.
do, Brenda.
that.
And then
Yeah.
she also said they're on the coffee talk things are on YouTube.
Oh,
So you could
all right. Yeah, I can make a
subscribe to
channel for
them and
that,
put them
yeah.
on your TV too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because you can
And the
always
other-
use the YouTube app too. And then you
Right.
can change that to your TV.
And then somebody said something, one of my friends, Rebecca, she's in the free Facebook group. She said that she watches moving art. And
Moving
it's just
art?
like, yeah, moving art. It's just like motion art stuff. So I'm gonna have to check that out and see. Lulu, I don't want you on my lap right now, okay?
Yeah. I think if you have something, and like Marlena said, set your shoes out in the morning, one less
Yeah.
thing, or at the night before, like one less
Yeah.
thing you have to think of to talk
Yeah.
yourself out of it
Yeah.
in the morning. I know that usually the days
Yeah.
I take my stuff out for the gym first is always like the days that it just everything goes a little bit smoother because I
Yeah.
don't have to think about it. I'm like, does this match? Does this look okay? Am I comfortable?
And I still literally sleep in my workout clothes. I just get up, put on my sports bra, probably put on socks because I don't sleep with socks on now, and then just head downstairs and start my workout. Now that I've gotten, like, I figured out where to put my workout stuff. So I was kind of in a box with that, just too focused and didn't see the carpeted bedroom over there.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to start out by just doing walking, just getting back in the habit of doing the walking. And then eventually I'll build back in like a 10-minute workout. But just getting up in the morning and getting my walk done will be a big success.
Agreed. And you can Marco Polo Terry.
Yeah,
Yep, I will.
I'll Marco Polo you to make sure you get it done. Because
Yep.
you're an hour ahead of me.
Yes, I am.
At least right now you are.
Yeah.
Pretty soon we'll be on the same time zone.
Oh yeah, next year, isn't it?
No,
Or is it 2024?
no, just for the winter time I go down to Florida. So
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Terry skipping
Yeah.
winter.
All right.
I'm
So
getting out
when
of Dodge.
So when do you go to Florida for the winter?
Whenever my husband tells me we are.
Oh, okay. Is there any like roundabout time?
Mid to late December is when we
Okay.
head down there.
Cool. So we'll be on the same time zone during winter.
Yeah, we will.
That's definitely a good time to be on the same time zone too,
Yes,
because that's the hardest part.
it is. But Marlena really inspired me at the Fitme weekend. I mean, I've always been in her group and she's always posted on Facebook, but just Marlena, hearing you in person, it's like she's a mom, she's a wife, she works full time, and she's still getting her butt up out of bed and getting it done. I mean, it
Yeah.
just was like, I have no excuse. None.
I know, me either.
I have no
Absolutely.
excuse after hearing that. Oh my goodness. Because I don't get all I have is a 1.5-year-old. I don't have to go to work or do any of that stuff on top of it. So
Yeah. Plus, her
Elena,
husband,
you're giving the rest of us a bad name.
her husband cooks a couple times a week. I'm kind of jealous about that.
Oh, my husband cooks.
Mine doesn't. Well, eggs, bacon and eggs. But, so
I feel like the biggest thing I took away from you, Marlena, at the event is not talking yourself out of it. Is that because I will sit here and lay in bed and look at the ceiling and be like, oh, I can do it later, or I can do it at this day at a different time. Because usually my excuse is like, if I don't sleep good the night before, I'm feeling exhausted or super tired, which sometimes you do need to reschedule if you're that tired.
Right.
But then there's some times where it's just like, it's ugly out and I just want to stay in bed and not get it done. So I tell myself, Marlena said, don't talk yourself out of it. So that's what I have to tell myself.
yeah.
That's funny. Because I talk myself out of it a lot too.
I've been doing that a lot.
And I think, I can't remember who I was talking to at the Fitme weekend, but she said she's really good at planning and setting things up. It's the follow through that she's really poor at. And it was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly me. And it's like, I don't want to be that. I want to follow through because I'm a great planner. I can plan till Timbuktu. I need to start following through because if I don't do it, who's going to do it?
Yeah.
So,
as Mel Robbins says, nobody's coming. It's up to us.
Yeah.
Up to us to do it. Nobody else is going to come and do it for us.
I feel like I heard something the other day that kind of was like, not eye-opening for me, but it was something that like, it was just like, yeah, she's right. Where it's like, you wouldn't break that promise to someone else. Because most of us here are like givers. We'll give everything and anything to literally anybody else. But like, sometimes we'll break those promises to ourselves because we like, put others first all the time. And it was like, you wouldn't break that promise to someone else. So like, stop breaking the promises you make to yourself. And I'm like, well,
I was talking to my sister Julie today, and we had a sister's week and we went shopping, and her daughter Becca came with us. And my sisters they'd try on clothes and they're like, my body looks horrible. I'm not going to try any more clothes. And there was 2 or 3 times where Becca said, quit doing that negative self-talk. Get that out of your head. And I'm like, we need to hire her.
Yeah.
Fitme needs to hire this girl because she already has it.
What?
So it was really cool.
it's definitely hard to fight the negative self-talk, but
yeah,
sometimes those clothes just weren't meant for your body shape,
True.
your body. That's been a big shift that I've made when I know it's not talking about movement, but like clothes and happy clothes, is that like I'm not the size on the clothes. Like the clothes just don't fit like my body type. I have a bigger bottom half, and sometimes things just don't look good on me, and that's okay. It just wasn't the type of clothes that I feel the best in. I like my sweatshirts and my leggings. They're my favorite clothes. They're my happy clothes. They make me feel the best. And I was like, why do I have all these friggin' jeans in here? I don't wear them. Like, I hate them. So, it's about finding clothes that like fit your body, that make you feel good and confident. And if it's not, that's what I've started to do, because I used to hoard clothes. Like I like hoarding so many clothes, because I'm like, I bought them, I'm not throwing them away. But then I'm like, if I put this on and it doesn't make me feel good about myself, then back it goes.
Yeah. That's why I wear my workout clothes to bed. No excuse. And then let's see. Brenda said, and for an extra, talk yourself out of it, get COVID.
Oh, I know the feeling.
And then Terry and Kristen, add me to a Marco Polo group with you. I'm 3 hours behind, but I'll help, and it also helps me. Absolutely,
Yep.
we'll get the three of us on a Marco Polo for accountability.
Yep.
I like it.
So, and Marlena will be in our head. Just do it.
Yes. Just do it. Just do it.
COVID does take a lot out of you. It took
It
me
does.
3 weeks to get back into it, and then I got COVID again 6 months later. I'm like, seriously?
Oh,
But it was
Oh.
very, very mild the second time. Very
Okay.
mild. But yeah,
I
it
only
still
just
takes
got-
energy out of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then the
I-
stomach virus that we all just pass around the house.
Oh, it's
Oh.
nice of you to share.
Well, our daughter brought our youngest grandson over, and he wasn't showing any symptoms and he never got sick, but I'm pretty sure we got it from them. And so Harmony got it, then I got it, then Hannah got it, and we think my husband had a mild case of it. And
Oh.
so we're
Yeah.
just now, I'm still trying to get my appetite back. I'm like, food just does not sound good at all. Tabby, confession, I've barely been getting 1,800 calories in. I'm trying, but it's like my stomach just does not want to eat any more food than that right now.
Oh,
The stomach bug has been going around. You, someone else, and one of my other clients in Fitme has it. Some other people that I know have gotten the stomach bug. I think that just goes back to the one Sunday call. I forget how many Sundays ago it was, but like when you're sick, you just gotta do what you gotta do to feel better, and like you know what to do. But if your body's not feeling the best right now, all you can do is get it back to feeling its best, and then we can get back to the things, because it's, what is it, the second half of the confidence sandwich.
Yeah, I've got my energy back pretty much and have everything else. It's just the whole food thing. Nothing sounds good, and
Yep.
so I'll get there eventually. It's just hard.
Yeah. And
Oh, that pumpkin spice latte protein by First Form. If you haven't tried it, you need to. Holy Toledo, that stuff is so good.
I do love that. I know I saw Tabitha posted in the group. She made some muffins. I actually made some muffins today, and I will say they came out pretty darn good.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah.
It's so good. So good.
It's
I'm
one
gonna
of
have
those
to
things-
order another one before it's out of stock, I think.
Yeah, I bought 2 tubs of it. Literally when it came out, I was like, I went and literally put 2 in my cart and checked out. But yeah, that one's a limited edition one. So it's like only around for a couple months, which kind of stinks. Because it would be good all year round. But yeah, and I think with winter coming up, it seems like weather, and then also Julie, I know you said like the seasonal depression. Have you ever heard of the Happy Light?
I have one that I
You have
use,
one?
and I have daylight bulbs in all of my lights in my, especially in the living area, because by 4 o'clock I turn on all the lights, because otherwise at 4:30 I'm ready to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it gets dark, December is probably the worst. The last half of November, December, and all of January are really, really bad. And I also just started taking my antidepressants again for my seasonal affective disorder, because in the summertime, I don't really need them as much as I do in the wintertime. So, and it gives my body a break.
And I think you got Harmony as your accountability buddy there to help you get outside and get some sunlight too during the day to help with movement, which should also help with the seasonal depression. I know that getting out in the sun can have some positive effects on that. So
Yeah, I'm not happy with her. She is getting up at 8:15 now instead of 9:30. And
Just as
so
much-
when we fall back, it'll be 7:15. So I've got to try to get her schedule moved So
That's
she's getting up
perfect,
later
Lily.
because I do not want to get up at 7:15 in the morning. I don't want to do it.
She's giving you a message. Time to move that wake up time up a little bit.
I've always, as far back as I can remember, I've always been a late sleeper. So when I had to get up and work at the freaking 4 in the morning, I hated life. But I had to work days because I had kids, and now I have another kid. But before her, we'd sleep until 10, 11 noon and go to bed between midnight and 2. And now we have her, and we're always in bed and asleep by midnight. So I might have to make it 11 o'clock now.
I was gonna say, yeah, you might just have to. Harmony's waking up with the changing of the time and the seasons.
She is. Yeah, and her room is as dark as I can get it. So it's not because she's getting to see daylight either that she's waking up.
Yeah. It's definitely tough adjusting the sleep schedule. I know once I'm done the call, I'm like, I'm going to fold clothes and I'm going to bed because I feel like I could have fallen asleep at 6:30 today because I was just really tired. But that's also because my sleep sucks. So then my sleep has been sucking. So then my energy has been really crappy. And it's just like that continual cycle of crappy sleep, crappy energy, like not doing the things. So I can definitely understand the exhaustion feeling. And your cycle definitely plays into that. Me nerding out on that. I've been doing a lot of research into how your cycle, affects your sleep, energy, and all of that. But I think one of the things is that like I've been starting to put if exhaustion or being tired is something that you struggle with, I've been trying to wind down a little bit earlier. So like I put my phone on like do not disturb mode at a certain time so nothing comes through. Like because I'm the type of person, if I hear it, I'm like, I gotta look at it. But like if I don't hear it, then nobody's contacting me, right? So that's what I've been doing and trying not to watch TV or be on my phone like an hour before bed. And when I do that, I can pretty much put my head on the pillow and pass out. But sometimes it's hard to put it down. So it takes a little bit of practice. So I have a book here beside me that I've been trying to replace that habit of like a TV show with a book so that I can turn off all the lights and just kind of read. Because then after a while, I'm like, I can't even hold the book up anymore. That's you too, Terry. So the energy all starts with sleep, but I got to work on mine because mine's been pretty crappy. So does anybody else have any obstacles that they feel like have been holding them back from movement? Let me make sure the chat. Brenda didn't say anything. I know looks like she's working. All right. Well then, Terry, Kristen, and Brenda will get the accountability group started. So Kristen can start getting her movement in. And then once I'm home, Kristen, we'll plan something. She'll be my neighbor once I move back to York. So then maybe I can have some morning movement accountability too.
When do you move?
I'll be like, my moving day is October 14th, but I'll officially be back basically October 17th, like that Monday.
Okay. Yay!
So in-person accountability, buddy.
Yes. We can start doing weekend hikes.
I'm down for it.
At Rocky Ridge.
Yeah.
There's nobody who lives here close to me.
Oh.
Me either. My sister's an hour and a half away. So.
Well, me either until Tabby moves to York.
Yeah.
Julie,
Tabby needs to move by me. Tabby, you need to move by me.
I just like go around the country just visiting everybody. We
There
all
you
have
go.
days. So then we'll get to travel, see everybody in person, because it's so good when we can all see each other in person.
Oh, it really felt good.
Yeah, it really does.
All right, ladies. Well, then I'm gonna go fold some clothes, go to bed, gonna wind down and go to bed. I'm not tired tomorrow.
You have fun with that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank
Talk to
you.
guys later. Of course.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.